Hey, this is Alex from Cephable, and in this guide, I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks to using Cephable's AI to generate controls for you. What you can do with Cephable is create different control profiles for the different apps or games or services or devices that you're using, or just any set of controls that you want to use. But you can always do that from scratch, use pre-built templates that are built into Cephable, like writing and editing, one-click games, etc. You can also use this try profile wizard. Right now, it's experimental because we're constantly improving it, but this allows you to automatically generate controls for a given app or game by simply typing the name, choosing which inputs you want to use, and then optionally describing how you want it to work. And so you can do all sorts of things here. For example, I can do something like say I want to control PowerPoint and I want voice controls and head movement. And then I can even say more specifically, I want to be able to go to the next slide by turning my head to the right, and I want to be able to go to the previous slide by turning my head to the left, and I want voice controls for editing and stuff like that. So let's give that a shot and see what it creates for us. The first tip with using the profile generator is to describe exactly how you want it to work. Use specific motions that are the different types of inputs that Cephable supports, or you can even describe specific voice commands as well. You can really be as descriptive as you want here, but you don't want to write a whole bunch of stuff. Keep it pretty short to a few sentences, and usually that's pretty good. You can also optionally include default voice commands for keys and mouse clicks as well. If you have this on, you'll have voice commands added for every key on the keyboard and for click and for right click and things like that. Or you can turn it off if you only want things like your app specific controls. So I'll turn it off for now and then click generate controls. Now, this can take a few seconds, up to about a minute. Usually it's around 10 seconds to generate. And what's happening is Cephable is analyzing the app that you asked to control, the inputs and how you described it, and matching that up with what it knows about how that app is created and how it works, how you use Cephable, etc., and trying to create the different types of keyboard shortcuts and movements and things like that. So now that it's done, I can click See My Controls, and we can see stuff here like we asked, where I can move my head to the right, and it can or say next slide, and that presses the right arrow key. Same with previous slide. We also see things for bold, italic, edit, all those things that we asked it to do with common shortcuts. We didn't have to describe them all. We didn't have to specifically state each one that we wanted to do. Cephable does a pretty good job at estimating it. It's also important to know that Cephable isn't always perfect at doing this. The AI does not always give you exactly what you want. Sometimes you might see some weird stuff. Sometimes you might just see something that's a little bit off. But you can always go in and manually change it. So, for example, I actually asked it to turn my head to the right instead of tilt my head to the right to go to the next slide. I can come in here and just tweak that one thing to change it to turn head right. And I'll go change the previous slide one as well to make this turn head left. So you can make these types of tweaks and changes, add other controls, but it really does a great job at creating a baseline set of controls so you don't have to do all that manually, and is especially useful for complicated games or use cases, or even just helping you replicate stuff that you find yourself doing all the time when setting up different controls. So now with this PowerPoint profile, I can click save and finish, switch over to it, and I'm off and running. Be sure to try the profile generator and let us know in Discord or in the Facebook communities how it's working for you. What things are you trying that worked really well? What things are you trying that didn't work really well? It'll help us continue to improve Cephable's AI capabilities so we're making the best set of controls for you every single time. Thanks for watching.